Hello everybody, today I am here with another different kind of video. It's another album review, kind of like the Wicked Vic one, but today, Ouija Macc actually came out with his newest album, Fallen Angelic, and as soon as it came out, I had to listen to the whole thing pretty much, so, because I really wanted to be one of the first people to get it out there, because it is a good album. I was able to listen to the whole thing through and through, so I'm not going to go over it track by track super in depth. I'm going to just kind of give an overview of it. I did write down notes for each track, so if you see me kind of just peeping down, that's kind of what it is. So, like, first off, the intro was another interesting thing. It's like one of those ones that he's done before, it seems like. It's good. And then right out the gate, we have Rory Mercury. That, honestly, was a really solid one, like, just to start out. It hit me quick. I was like, wait a minute, this is actually the start of the album? That was interesting. I did feel like it was really short. I think it came in at under 2 minutes about. Maybe like a minute 50 or something. It wasn't bad in any way. I actually really liked it. And then right off of that, Play Low, as soon as I heard it, like the beat all of a sudden just reminded me of Suicide Boys beats. Like very, very early on ones. Like from the first few parts of like the Kill Yourself series. That's kind of how I felt when I was listening to it. But it's good. It's just it's another one that just feels like it was a bit drawn out, but not really in a bad way. And it was a more mellow song, so it was another switch from Rory Mercury just coming right out the gate with all the hard hitting. Okay, and then we have Hellcat, which the vocals seemed, I don't know what it was. They seemed very off. They didn't seem like his normal vocal. They seemed like there was something off about them, but not in a bad way, which was just pretty interesting. And the whole entire, what was it? What did I say was catchy? It was like, yeah, like the beat and his vocals. They did, even though the vocals were very odd, they actually flowed together like somewhat good. It didn't feel like anything was really out of place. It actually was together well. And then, what's this, Big Step? That's the one with Whitney Payton. I was not expecting it. I was expecting just something completely different for some reason, but yet it was amazing. Like, it was very bass heavy, and it was just, the whole thing was very catchy, which honestly, when I'm listening to songs, that's what I like to hear. And with Whitney Payton's verse, it was amazing, as usual, but I felt like it was a bit shorter. It could have been a bit longer, in my opinion. But they actually go together really well, surprisingly. Same with when I was listening to it, it actually reminded me of Carbon Fiber Coffin that he did with Johnny off of the, what was it? Water Damage, that's what it was. Trying to think, it was 2018ish. I remember that song, and also for The Gathering, I hope that Whitney Payton is going to be there again. She's there damn near every year, so that should be a given. But Johnny, she should be there too. Her music just goes crazy. I think it would be a really well fit. So next up we got 17 Blunts. It was a very eerie sounding beat, which was interesting, and I feel like it made the song a lot better with how it went together. I don't think if it was a more upbeat type of track, I don't think the vocals would have fit in as well. I feel like it was just like, it mixed good. Get It Like is one of those ones that I felt like was more of a, it felt like a filler song in a way, but not in a bad way. Like, it wasn't bad. It just feels like it could be looked over, honestly. And with the repetitive chorus, I feel like it kind of just makes it kind of, it feels like out of place in a way, but yet it still fits in a way, if that makes any sense. Then we have Did It On Purpose. This one's another fast-paced one. I feel like it pulled me right back into it, because after Get It Like, it kind of just was like, wait a minute, this is very odd, you're focusing on little things in it, and then Did It On Purpose kind of just brings you back in. Now we have Ain't No Fun. This one was weird, because as soon as I heard it, it reminded me of NES games, in a way. Like, with how the beat sounded. For some reason, I just thought of, like, old school NES games. I have no idea why, but it did. And it was very well put together. Another one that was just amazing. And the beat and the vocals, another one that fit well together. Like, it didn't, when I'm like talking about these when it fit well together, Normally in some songs, like, that I've heard before, not by him, but by other artists in general, some of them can, like, it feels like the beat's out of place or the vocals out of place in some way. Like, it doesn't feel like it's, like, something's off in a way. But it felt like that was together. Hatch It Up, I feel like that would be one at the Gathering that would be, like, more of, like, an anthem type one. Like, one you would play at every show, and it really gave off, like, a sci-fi type beat. Which I seem to like. It was very, I don't want to say off-putting, but it was very different. It kind of threw me off in a good way, if that makes sense. And it wasn't really too long or drug out, and it wasn't really too short. It was kind of that well fit together that you're not wanting more and you're not tired of hearing more. La Flama Blanca, the chorus threw me off so much with the different people, like, it's just like different recordings using them in the chorus. It threw me off so much to where I was like, wait a minute, something, it just, like, it kind of overthrows the whole song and the verses and all. Because I feel like it just goes, it's first of all very out of place, and then it just goes on for a bit long. But still, it sounds nice. But like that, maybe the choruses could be shorter, maybe not do the recordings. That's just me though, I'm not gonna, like, bash on them because I couldn't do any better. And we have Moonlight with Kid Bookie. One thing I remember, I heard Kid Bookie on a song with Twisted. I forget what the song was. It was off the Revelation album. And he completely just, like, went hard. Same with this one. I feel like they were a very good duo together, Ouija and Kid Bookie. And I'm actually wanting to get more into him, maybe. Crawl. The one thing, I was like, I'm trying to remember how they sounded like. I remember how they sound, but it's like, it's so much. Crawl, the beat was very unique, I remember that. And it sounds like another one of his type of songs, which isn't bad. It's one of those ones that feels like it has to be in every album. Not bad. Replay has a catchy chorus, and it's like, it's a nice filler song in between. And, like, it doesn't feel like it's super out of place, that it's just, oh, you can skip over it. But I feel like it's a good one to be like, okay, it's there, let's just keep going with it. And it kind of makes it fit all together more and, like, kind of flow nice. Then we have, what was it? Yeah, Brandishing Heat, that one. The beat, what was it? The beat made me feel like, it felt like an ocean or like a galaxy. For some reason, that's what I thought as soon as I heard that. No idea why, that's just, as soon as I heard it, I'm like, that's an ocean or like a galaxy ocean. It's something weird like that, which was really interesting. It was more of a mellow song too, which I felt was really nice. Here's one that I'm not, it's like a very on the edge one. Swang 2, it's the one that has Ricky Hill on it. The beat, it surprisingly reminded me of something off of Killjoy Club. For some reason, their Reindeer Games album. As soon as I heard it, I'm like, that sounds like it could belong in there, maybe like an outtake or something. But I feel like Ricky Hill's verse, it just felt really out of place to me. But not that it was bad. His tone of his voice and all, I feel like it just kind of, it just feel like it don't fit in right. That's just my personal opinion. Someone I would have put in place, I thought of this as soon as I heard it, Bones. I feel like he would be a good addition to the song instead of Ricky Hill. And also, I would love to see Bones at the Gathering. That would be a nice fit, because I feel like he would rock the crowd. And now we're down to the last bit, Hate Myself. As soon as I heard it, I loved it from the beginning. It's more of like a gloomy type of song. That's how I feel it is. But the guitar and just everything with it, it felt so different from the album, but yet it didn't. It's something that, like, it shouldn't work, but it did, and it did amazing. Same with the very last one, Roadmap. These are both in the same, they use, like, the guitars in them, they're, like, in the beat itself. The Hate Myself, I think it felt like more of, like, an acoustic type guitar, not really out there, and then Roadmap has some sort of, like, electric type one in it. And both of them are just amazing, and I felt like Roadmap was a really good ending to an album. I felt like if it was further into it, it would have still been good, but I just felt like it would have been out of place. Same with Hate Myself. If it was anywhere else other than the last two, I don't think it would have worked. I feel like it's good to, like, not end on, like, I don't want to say end on a high note or whatever, but if it would have been like a happy-go-lucky song, I don't think it would have worked as well as this did. Just in personal preference or opinion, whatever, I don't care. Overall, great album. It was more of a solid feeling type album. It didn't feel like anything was out of place, like in the long run. It all flowed together really good. Some songs more strong than others, but that's what you're gonna get with an album, especially this is 18 tracks with 17 actual songs, with the intro being track 1. So it's definitely more of like, you're gonna, as soon as you keep drawing it out more, you're gonna have to put in more songs that are just, that kind of keep it up, or whatever, but not bad. And one thing I did right, because I wanted to actually input this, it started and ended with bangers, honestly. That's, like, from start to end, it didn't feel like the intro was weak, it didn't feel like the ending was weak, it didn't even feel like the middle was weak. Pretty much, there's no spot on this album that feels out of place. It doesn't feel like it should be swapped out or just not there at all. So, great album. I'd have to say, with everything considering, I'd have to give it like maybe an 8. I would say an 8 or an 8.5 out of 10. Just on kind of like my scale of whatever the hell. I don't know what I'm talking about. But it's like, it's definitely, I feel like it's one of his better albums. And I would love to see a lot of these live. Especially if Whitney Peyton's going to be there. Please do Big Step. I would love to see this. That would be interesting. Okay, so if you liked it, if you liked the review, and you want to see more from me like this, let me know down below. Like, comment, subscribe, share, do whatever I can. See you in the next one.